Okay, good morning, everybody, and welcome to our information webinar on our new MSc in Business Analytics. My name is Frank. I'm the Postgraduate Recruitment Officer for DCU. I'm joined here today with Mathieu, who is the Program Chair of the program, and also Melanie, who is an alumni of the program, who's going to give some insight of the student experience. Um, if you have any questions throughout the webinar, there's a Q&A box at the bottom of the screen. If you want to put your questions in there, at the end of the webinar, we'll have a session right for about 20 minutes to go through all the questions and we'll answer them then. The session is also being recorded, and we'll send out a recording of the session afterwards. So you can watch it back if you miss anything or if you want to go back over anything at any point. So Matthew, I'll hand it over to you.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Frank, and thank you, Melanie, for being here. So hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us and for your interest in the new MSc in Business Analytics. I am happy to have the opportunity to present it to you today, and I will start with the agenda of the presentation. So first, we will talk about Ireland and Dublin, then about Dublin City University and DCU Business School. We will then focus and spend most of the time on the MSc itself, so the MSc in Business Analytics, and we will switch to the learning facilities. Some of them were specifically created for this MSc and will be highly useful for you. So we'll talk about that. And after, I will provide some additional information, how to apply, and then Melanie will talk about her experience in the graduate diploma in business analytics, out of which was created the new MSc in business analytics. And finally, as Frank already said, we will finish with the Q&A. Sorry. So Ireland, first of all, it's a very welcoming and vibrant country. It has had the fastest, a fast increase in GDP and is now one of the top and highest GDP per capita country around the world. And it is home to a strong industrial base. And it's the only EU country where English is the primary native language. More specifically, Dublin is the capital of the Republic of Ireland and is the key European hub for software, pharmaceutical, and professional services companies, with many global tech giants located in Dublin, and the Big Four firms are also based in Dublin. It is also home to top university and offers excellent career opportunities in a diverse and welcoming international environment. DCU is Ireland's fastest growing university. It was granted university status in 1999 and is home to more than 20,000 students, and particularly a lot of international students. We have more than 120 countries at DCU. It's a multi-campus university, which is located in the north side of the city, so not that far from the airport. And the main campus is the Glasnevin campus. So basically, the course for the MSc in Business Analytics will be held on the Glasnevin campus. You have also the St. Patrick campus, which is more dedicated to the Institute of Education, and All Hallow, which is an old campus, and it became part of DCU in 2016. So why DCU? So first, DCU ranks first in Ireland for graduate employment and also career development, and 19th globally for employability. It's also among the top 400 universities according to the Time Higher Education, and ranked 421st by QS ranking. And it's a top 57 young university, also according to the Time Higher Education. As students, you will benefit from an excellent student support and development services, including a dedicated career guidance service to help you achieve your academic and professional goals. The career service currently has approximately 1,300 registered employers on the career platform. And most students also find their own accommodation, but if you have difficulties, please contact the student union. And by default, all students of DCU are automatically members of the DCU Students Union. You also have access to more than 150 clubs and societies. And generally, when you're a postgraduate, it's very interesting for you to join these clubs and societies to build your own network. Regarding the faculties and programs, DCU delivers over 60 undergraduate courses and 40 master courses. There is also International Foundation year program to learn English, and you have 5 faculties: the Engineering and Computing, the DCU Business School, Science and Health, Humanities and Social Sciences, and the Institute of Education. So we'll now focus on DCU Business School, which hold the MSc. So DCU Business School holds the triple crown of international accreditation, so EQUIS, ACSB, and AMBA, and now belongs to the top 1% of business school worldwide. It also is the only business school in Ireland to have been awarded the Small Business Charter, which is very useful to get in touch with small businesses in Ireland, and it will be also useful for your project. Some numbers about the business school. We have more than 3,300 students, out of which around 750 postgraduate students. We have more than 60 nationalities in the business school itself, more than 19,000 graduates, 85 staff, around 100 now even. 4 million are in research grants for the university, and we have a lot of connection with the industry. For instance, 350 intra-placement per year, and 5 get events where you can attend and be in contact with companies. In terms of full-time postgraduate program, they are generally 1 year postgraduate program, and you have more than 10 MSCs in the business school, out of which the MSc in Business Analytics, the one on which we'll focus now. So the MSc in Business Analytics is newly created this year, and I'm the program chair of this program. So I'm an assistant professor in Business Analytics, and I will be the program chair for the MSc, but also for the graduate diploma, of which Melanie is an alumni. I have more than 13 years of experience in academia. I have a PhD in economics. I specialized in machine learning applied to finance, and my research interests remain around that, with business analytics, machine learning, and their application to finance. I have also more than 10 years of experience in the industry as a market finance consultant. So why would you choose this program? I would say that in today's digital economy, data are everywhere. You might be aware of that. Everything is measured, assessed, and the ability to turn data into actionable insight will be critical for an effective decision-making across all areas of business. So whether you work in the operation, finance, marketing, it will always be useful to be able to work with data, also with HR and so on. If I had to define it in one sentence, I would say that business analytics encompasses the tools, techniques, and frameworks that help organizations make faster, smarter, and more evidence-based decisions. And whether you hold an undergraduate degree, you want to work in the industry, or you already work in the industry and you want to explore a career change or get a promotion, this dual program will be very useful for you and will give you advanced analytic skills and strong business acumen. So the skill you will learn are, first of all, globally recognized and transferable across sector. Again, you can work as well in the operation, in finance, in marketing, in HR, and many other places. It will give you the flexibility also in your career direction and the location. The business analytics professionals are in high demand across industries, and because of that, the salaries are competitive. The employers are actively seeking candidates who understand both the data and business. And when you will finish this program, you will be able to bridge the gap between data science and business strategy. Beyond the theory, the MSc also will give you practical and career-ready skills. And as AI, automation, and business data continue to transform industry, this MSc will equip you with the skills to stay relevant and lead in a data-driven world. So what can you do after the MSc? You can look for jobs such as business analyst, business intelligence analyst, which will be more focused about like communication and gathering the data in dashboards and reports. You will also look for business analytics project manager, which will lead this analytics project and be more in relation with the management. You can also become a business analytics consultant. And then you can finally also pursue in advanced studies. If you're interested, you can continue with a PhD in business analytics or a machine learning applied to business. You can also get specialized certification in AI, machine learning, big data management. And finally, you can also apply to executive MBA programs. So the program structure. This course is a postgraduate course at level 9. It will be delivered full-time. It worth a total of 90 credits. It lasts for 1 year. So you have 2 semesters, one from September to December, the second one from January to April. It will consist of on-campus lectures and may also include some on-campus tutorials and asynchronous content. Each module can be like this. Then from January to July, you will work on an applied business or a research project. So the learning outcomes, in a word, you will develop knowledge of analytics and management through this dual program. You will apply critical thinking. You will improve your data-driven decision-making skills. You will demonstrate leadership. You will be able to lead and contribute to professional research projects. You will be able to communicate and improve your storytelling capacity. You will also be able to make ethical and sustainable decisions, and you will cultivate self-awareness and commit to a long life learning. The core modules are in the first semester, you will have the analytics tool and programming, statistical model and method for the analytic part, and you will have the strategic thinking tools and techniques, more business related at individual scale, and you will have the research method to prepare your work in the dissertation or practicum. Then you will have advanced analytic techniques and e-portfolio business analytics channel that will be on the analytics side, and corporate strategy and new venture strategy and planning, which will be more at the corporate side and the business unit level. Finally, you will have the choice between 2 modules, which will be the dissertation or the data analytics practicum, which is more applied and work with companies on a dedicated project, and that will be from January to July. So I will talk now about these dual competencies. So first, you will acquire analytic skills. In the first course, the analytics tools and programming, you will learn the essential of programming in SQL and Python. You will also learn how to prepare, manage, and analyze data, and you will have an introduction to machine learning. Then you have a course on statistical method, where you will learn the essential statistical method, but you will also spend a lot of time on how to communicate insight and how to use Power BI to create interactive dashboards and reports. Finally, in the second semester, you have a course called Advanced Analytics Techniques, which will build on the 2 previous modules, so the tools and programming and statistic one, and will equip you with advanced tools and techniques. You will also work on project management fundamentals, and you will study using concepts such as big data, unsupervised learning, natural language processing, deep learning, and Gen AI, which are very relevant nowadays. And then you will work on an e-portfolio, which will help you to showcase your business analytics skills to future employers. And in this module, you will also have some expert guest speaker that will cover relevant and current topics such as regulation and information on risk, data security, ethics, sustainable analytics, and so on. From the business perspective, you will have strategic thinking tools and techniques in first semester, where you will develop your strategic thinking skills. You will recognize interdependencies, interrelationships, and will make consequential decisions using both analysis and intuition. You will also develop a strategic mindset. On the corporate strategy and leadership, you will explore strategic management. So you will have business analysis, leadership, resource allocation, and so on, the role of HR, the infrastructure, merger and acquisition, and many other topics. Everything will be done through interactive case studies. And you will also have a dedicated exploration of strategic analytics. Finally, new venture strategy and planning will focus on strategic challenges faced by business, but at the unit level. It will help you to understand how firms set and achieve their goal within a specific market or industry. And this module uses a challenge-based learning approach where you will work in team and solve real-world problems. Finally, you have the research training components, and that's what makes the difference between the MSc and the graduate diploma. You will have a research method module where you will explore how to conduct research. You will learn how to devise a research question, conduct the literature review, choose the techniques to conduct your study. Then you will have dissertation, where you will identify a real organizational issue and you will link it to the relevant theory and literature, and you will design and execute the dissertation. Finally, you can also have the practicum, which will help you to tackle real-world business challenge through team-based project, and it will be solved by external clients. So a client will give you a project, you will work on the project, and then you will have to present your output to the client. So it's a very practical and hands-on setting, and it will really bridge the gap between the academic learning you will have all along the year and the industry practice. One specificity of this master is that it's based on active learning strategies, and challenge-based learning is central to this program. So you will have a lot of case studies and scenario analysis, interactive simulation. You will have peer learning in group data challenges. You will have also role-playing and scenario-based decision-making. And finally, you will have self-reflection through analytical journals. So the workload, and that is important, it's pretty heavy, but it's normal because it's an MSc, so the program is worth 90 credits, and the overall number of hours equivalent is 2,250 hours of work. For instance, you have, for a 10 credit core module, you have overall 250 hours of work, and it includes 44 hours of in-class lectures and workshops. So the remaining of these hours will be divided among online activities and training, independent work, group work, in-class tutorials, and assignment completion. So to give you another point of view, we could say that you have almost 14 hours in class per week, and you need a lot more to be prepared, and you will work on your own time, at least double the time of that. Then regarding the type of assessment, you have all modules that are 100% continuous assessment, and there is no exam. The assessment type is very wide. It's divided among in-class tests, reports, an essay, case studies, e-portfolio, online training, oral presentation, and participation. At DCU, the rule is pretty clear. You have to have at minima 40% to pass. And employers in general in Ireland will typically seek graduates with a minimum of age 2.1, so you have to have at least 60% or above, and you can get a first class honor if you reach 70%. What's interesting also for the MSc in Business Analytics are some learning facilities. Some are really dedicated for the MSc. First of all, you have the Analytics Lab, which will support simulation, group project, hands-on learning. And there you will have access to AI-ready high-performance machines that are built for data-intensive tasks. And you will also have access to Bloomberg Terminal, where you can find market data, also analytics data, but globally it's more a finance tool. Just a precision, if you don't have a laptop yet, I would, if I were you, avoid to take a Mac, because, for instance, for Power BI, it might be an issue. Of course, if you have one, we'll find solution. but know that you can have a standard computer and everything will work. You don't need to have an extremely powerful machine because everything will work through the cloud. And also we have access to this analytics lab where you will be able to perform some computation or data intensive task. We also have access to the virtual reality lab. So this one is even inside the business school. It's very interesting for you to experience the concept. So basically you will wear advanced VR headset and controllers and you will engage in lifelike scenarios. And in the MSc in Business Analytics, we'll use it basically to sharpen your oral presentation techniques. You will go to the VR lab and train with your slides to present it to an audience. We also have a challenge-based learning room. So this room will help you to become agile, solution-focused professional, ready to lead in complex and changing environments. You will have real-world and collaborative projects. So you will work, for instance, on industry challenges in a cross-disciplinary team. You will have also innovation-focused environment. So you will have a flexibility of space to design workshops, ideation, pitch events that will foster your creativity and applied thinking. You also have access to the CU library. So the online access will give you access to thousands of books and millions of journal articles, which will be very relevant for your dissertation and practicum. You will have also hundreds of encyclopedias, dictionaries, and newspaper. And you have many databases, which also will be helpful for the dissertation and practicum, such as MarketLine, Workspace, and Fame. So regarding additional information, just quickly, the academic year will work like this. You will have the first semester that will start on 8th of September. You will have a reading week during which you can prepare and catch up on your work between the 20th of October and the 26th of October. And then the teaching will end on the 28th of November. That's for the first semester. For the second semester, you will start on the 12th of January. You will have the reading week from the 23rd of February until the 28th. And finally, the semester will end on the 10th of April. So the semester will end for modules, but you will still have to work on your dissertation until July. If you're interested in the master, I will encourage you to have a look at this reading list. So you have some books in business analytics, some books to learn Python, so fundamental of Python, and also machine learning with Python for everyone. And finally, a strategic management book for strategic management. So Frank will communicate this list with you shortly. So now, how to apply to the master? So first, the entry requirements. So the entry requirements, you will need at least to have an honor degree, a 2.1 honor degree at an NFQ level 8, which corresponds to a bachelor level. It has to be in business, economics, mathematics, engineering, computer science, or other related field, like science in general. You have to have also if you have a 2.2 honor degree, you may be considered also under exceptional circumstances. So that will be decided by myself and a team. And then you can also apply without a directly relevant degree if you hold significant industry experience. Okay, and so that will pass through a process called recognition prior learning. So you can, for instance, have a charter membership of a professional body of institute. You can also have a level 7 qualification in a relevant discipline with at least 3 years of relevant work experience, a level 8 qualification in a non-relevant discipline with also at least 3 years of experience in relevant work. And finally, evidence of substantial relevant work experience, so more than 5 years in work experience, so it could be on quantitative topics. Then you have, for non-native English speaker, you must submit evidence. So also Frank will share with you some link about this. So IELTS and TOEFL, for instance, work. You can have a view on the website of DCU. There is a page about that. So finally, what's important to remember are also the application deadline. You have to know that the closing date for non-EU applicants is very soon. It's the 1st of July 2025. You can contact if you have any query international admissions at DCU. You have also the closing date for the EU applicant, which is the 31st of August 2025. So for queries, the same. You can contact postgraduate admissions at dcu.ie. So sorry, it's a slightly different email address, but you can contact both of them. And you have also to be aware that if you need a visa, please apply as early as possible because it might take time. And for more information, you have to contact the Irish embassy in your country. So how to apply? You have to go to the MSc in Business Analytics DCU website. Frank will also give you the link there. And you have to click on the apply button, which is indicated by the red arrow. For your information, the duration, as I say, is 12 months. It's a one-year master. The start date is the 8th of September 2025. And the fees for EU student is 11,600 euro per year. And non-EU student, it will be 19,500 euro. So if you have any specific information, you can contact myself at this address or the administrative officer, Geraldine Levy, which is the graduate diploma administrative officer, but also the MSc administrative officer. So thank you very much for your attention. I'm looking forward to seeing you at DCU in September. And thank you. And now I am very honored to welcome the Dean's Honor List student for the graduate diploma in business analytics, Melanie, and I will let her introduce herself. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mathieu. Hello, everybody. I just want to introduce myself very quickly, just in terms of what I did previously. So I just finished the postgraduate diploma in business analytics here in DCU. Now, the difference between my course and the master's course is I haven't done the dissertation piece yet. So I might come back in January and do the dissertation piece and turn that into a master's. I previously hold a master's in business management from Maynooth University, and I currently, off the back of this graduate diploma, I have secured a position in the healthcare sector. So that's one actually you missed, Mathieu. There was loads of sectors you missed, but this one actually works pretty well in the healthcare sector too. So the reason I took this course or undertook this course is because I was particularly interested in AI. I don't have any previous experience in modeling, data modeling, or I don't have any coding experience, or I didn't have anything like that in the past. So I thought this course is really going to push me outside what I've done in the past, because I have zero coding experience. So what I learned during this course was I did learn the basics of Python, R programming, and Power BI, which are essential tools, I think, in being a data analyst and in learning how to incorporate whatever that you need done reporting wise into a new structure into your business. So it's excellent. I use these tools every single day in my new position. And that's something that actually, just to go back on, they haven't used those tools in my job at all. So these are new tools brought into the job. I also gained a lot of critical skills in data modeling, predictive analytics, and AI applications. So what that means basically is now I'm doing a lot of forecasting. So I'm really forecasting everything. Anything I can get my hands on to forecast, I will do it, because it's something that hasn't been done in my sector or my particular area previously. So I'll be looking at a lot of beds and stuff like that. So I'm looking to forecast how many beds, and an AI model will come out and plot it for me and say, okay, well, look, we're going to have X, you're going to be in trouble in 5 years' time, we're going to run out of places. And just different, it's coming up with different solutions and opening my eyes to different problems that I might see in the future, which is something that I haven't been using and wouldn't even think of using something like that in the past. The other thing that I really enjoyed and I learned was applied theory to practice through real world case studies and hands-on projects. So the two projects that we did in our postgrad business analytics was on Eurospar. And we were given some receipts receipt tills of stuff that they did. And we had to go and analyze, go find their problem, go see where we could increase their sales, go see where we could reduce their HR, go see what we could actually do to increase this particular area's sales. We need to find out where they were located. So we went down into the real granular detail, which is something that you really should be doing. So it's a great way for you as a data analyst to come in, look into a company, and then pick out, okay, this is your problems and this is how we're going to fix it. And that's exactly what really a business analyst is, finding the pain points within a position, a job, an area, anything, any areas that you can find problems in, and then coming up with a solution. And the solution is all the analytical tools that you learn through this course. So it's really interesting. It's something that I use now on a daily basis. Another really good one we had was we needed to, for the AI machine learning, is we needed to find an outcome of an election. So we had to make a machine model, an AI machine model, and we had to input all our data in. We were using Twitter and stuff like that to put all the information into Twitter and then decide whether a yes or whether a no. And then we let the machine, we did AI machine learning to actually give us an outcome at the end to see whether or not this prediction was going to be true or false. So really, really, really interesting stuff. And again, not something that I would think of doing or have done ever in the past. So moving on. My personal highlights for this was overcoming a steep learning curve. As I said previously, I didn't have any coding experience. I don't have a tech background, which I'm now considered the IT person, by the way, in my department, even though I have come with previous, like really very, very little technical background in the past. And I discovered a genuine interest in data and AI. So it is entering a new exciting world. So as I was saying to Matthew earlier on in another call, that I actually every morning now before I get out of bed, there's a 5-minute read I do on updating myself on all the different AI stuff that's coming into the world. I'm sure if anyone's interested in AI out there, you'll know all the new Google stuff that's dropped this week. And this course gives you a new, it opens your eyes to all the new different AI tech that's out there and how to use it, etc. I also found, I said, empowerment in technical competency. I didn't have the Power BI skills, the dashboards, anything like that. There was a great, we were trained on this and how to use it and how everything connected. I use it now. My boss uses it. I've taught her how to use it. So it's a really good way of expressing visualizing your data, which if you're just presenting data in Excel can be quite boring, but when you're visualizing it and you can do all different kind of analytics on your data, it's great. And you need data to change a problem. So you can't go in, what a lot of companies will do, you'll say, oh, I think it's this, or I think it's that. You need to come in with data. Data is everything. Data is the key to everything. And why this course teaches you that you need to, if you want to find a solution to a problem, you need to have the data to back it up, to say, this is the problem and this is how we think we can fix it. So this was definitely a total mindset change for me in doing that. So again, this is why also enjoying the applied real world focus. So everything that we've learned, I'm putting it into practice on a daily basis, I will say, in my job. Everything I'm doing is I'm working in a daily basis. But my mindset has changed to look at everything, look at the pain points in our processes that we're doing, and then look to change how we can amend them and use my new technical, let's say, competencies to change that. And the last thing I'd say was built resilience and adaptability. So when I first started the course, there was a lot of heavy statistics in it. Not heavy statistics, but heavy for me because I'm not a maths person. So if you're not a maths person, don't fear. You'll get through it. It'll be fine. But so a class or two might go over my head, but I just kept at it. The next class would make more sense. By the third class, everything starts to fall into place. And then you're looking back and going, okay, everything starts to fall into place. But the key is to keep doing it, keep at it. Don't drop out, or don't say, it's too hard, I can't do it. You can do it. It's resilience is what you need. Just keep at it and it will all make sense in the end. So moving on. My top tips for students would be definitely don't panic. Some classes, as I said, will go over your head, but they will make sense. Um, don't fear the maths. Statistics does become intuitive with practical examples. It will make sense. You'll wonder all the time, going, "Oh my God, how do I do this? Do I need to go back and view this?" Blah blah blah. It will eventually make sense. Just keep at it. That is my key tip for that. Um, Collaborate with your classmates. So the first thing that you should be doing is you should be creating as you probably did in your undergrad, creating a group chat. And some people might be more technical advanced than you. You might be stronger in business. You might be stronger in something else. Use each other and make sure you don't gatekeep. Make sure you're giving each other, you're helping each other along with assignments or projects. And it's a really good way to make friends. I still have friends from my master's, loads of Indian friends and Chinese friends. I still talk to them on a weekly basis, and that was 5 years ago. So this is a good way to form friendships as well, especially if you're coming in from another country. People definitely want to meet with you, and we're Irish, we're friendly, we want to engage with people from different countries. So it's a great way to ingratiate yourself with the other students. I'd also say engage in projects. This is a pet peeve of mine. So don't be the student who doesn't engage. So some people, as you know, might just not. I'm sure you've experienced this in your undergrads. There's always one person who's not doing anything and you're carrying their workload. So make sure that you're engaged. You put your time aside. If you don't feel that you are imposter syndrome or anything like that, everybody has imposter syndrome at some point. You think, "Oh my God, I don't belong here. This has gone over my head." You do belong there. You just get with it, stick with it. And if you don't understand something, just talk to your colleagues, talk to your group. Your group will give you something that might be less technical, or you'd be writing something different. So just make sure that you engage in the projects. The other thing I would say is prioritize your time. Now, I know Matthew touched off the time there previously. You're doing 14 hours in classroom, and then the rest you're doing extra curriculum stuff. Just make sure that you're giving yourself, especially coming up to meet deadlines, you need to give yourself like plenty of time to engage and study. A master's isn't easy. If a master's was easy, everybody would be doing it. It's not. You really need to put the time in. So if you're a nightly show, you're watching Netflix at your show at 8 o'clock at night, just going to have to give it a miss. You're just going to have to just knuckle down towards the very end of when your assignments are due in or your group project is due in. You really have to put your focus in and put the time in, because it does take a lot of time to get everything, the assignments done and get them signed off and cleaned up, etc. And the last thing I would say is for anyone to stay curious is the tools change all the time. As I mentioned earlier on, big Google drop this week. Just make sure that you stay on top of the different tools. Makes your life easier. It makes people around your life easier. Critical thinking is constant. So just make sure that you constantly are thinking about new solutions or new ways to change your problem. As Sam Walton said, who is the head of, who started Walmart in the US, if your business isn't failing, you're failing. So I would say that make sure that you're constantly going back and changing stuff, looking at iterations in the way you process your flows. Something needs to be changed all the time. Use the new tools that are available to you, use the new AI tools that are available to you, and constantly change the way your processes go. And that's all I have. So the business analytics in my role, basically what I do is I actively contribute to the digital transformation of referral and administration systems. So I will constantly look at the way we do our processes, see what needs to be changed, see where the problems are, see where the pain points are, and to come up with new processes to eliminate them. And I do that using the tools that I've learned from this business analytics course. embrace iterative improvements to optimize workflows and eliminate efficiencies. So I'm a very lazy person. I don't want to be doing long-winded stuff when something can be done quicker and much easier, and it's more efficient. I will make sure that's being done instead. So that'll be constantly be done. Constantly identifying pain points and addressing them through data-led solutions, which is my Power BI, my Python, my Google Colab that you'll all be learning about. And using data not just for reporting, but as a strategic tool for driving meaningful transfer information. So it's just about using it as a weapon to make change, basically to say, this won't work. Here is the data to prove it won't work, and this is why we need to make a change and make a solution.